Once upon a time, someone special and I would say a particular phrase. In Latin, copeles con el resumen. Translated, hit 'em with the recap!
Okay, who is Scarlet Frustration? Well, that's me. But this story doesn't begin with me. Oh no. This story begins with another. Scarlet Pool, an educational, human-eccentric content creator who makes content related to liberal arts and sociology-related topics, inspired by his own hardships coming up. But hold on, let's pause right there and rewind the hands of time to understand where Scarlet comes from. Scarlet comes from African-American poverty, absent father, alcoholic mother, empty stomach, lonely nights. Seeking strength and financial gain, Scarlet leaves poverty.
I am not your damn brother!
Enlisting in the United States military as an MP. Upon exiting the military, next came college, where Scarlet learned a lot about the social structure he was born in through liberal arts. All these elements led to the creation that made the start of Scarlet Pool. With the knowledge Scarlet learned, he started to create educational videos. Scarlet then created the Scarlet series, a series of educational, humorous, eccentric content. 2 years later, time went on, content was made. More time went on. Interlude, the time that exists in between years. Start of year 3. Heartbreak, pain, losing the love that you love to another. Turn on the TV, violence, pain, change the channel.
CBS News reporting former
Meghan Hall
President
was
Trump
one of
could
5
soon
officers
face
along
criminal
with
charges.
are now
Police
facing
chief
second-degree
fired
murder and
last
other
month for
charges
allegations
for the
of
death of Tyree Nichols.
Corruption. Frustration. Frustration was the key to unlock the door to the subconscious. Let's John Wick this shit, bringing Scarlet to wonder the subconscious. Okay, yeah, this is just like John Wick. After wondering the subconscious and suffering from mental exhaustion, an anti-hero emerges, Scarlet Frustration. That's right, this is where I come into the story at. After saving Scarlet Pool, an offer was made of a switch. Stay here and rest, Scarlet Pool. And next we meet, you will be less copyright. Copyright? The switch was made. Scarlet Frustration leaves the subconscious and enters the reality, continuing the legacy of making educational, humorous, eccentric content. But this is just a recap. Year 1 was just about establishing the foundations of Scarlet Frustration. So what's next?
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed.
Where do we go? This is the 17th time I've left my home.
Looming famine with the controversial accusation of genocide.
Genocide is thought of as the crime of crimes where you're actually trying to destroy a country.
The State of Israel shall take all measures within its power to prevent and punish the direct and public incitement to commit genocide in relation to members of the Palestinian.
That breaking development that we were just talking about in the Iowa school shooting, however.
Blood on the floor. I get to my car, and they're taking a girl out of the auditorium.
Police say Butler, seen in this photo, posted to social media before the shooting.
He got tired. He got tired of the bullying. He got tired of the harassment.
According to the Gun Violence Archive, there have already been 5 mass shootings so far this year.
The president's son was charged last month with 3 felonies and 6 misdemeanor counts in the 56 cases.
President Trump is back in court as closing arguments are underway in the civil fraud trial that could dismantle his business empire.
Tonight, a New York jury has ordered former President Donald Trump to pay a total of $83.3 million to writer E. Jean Carroll for defaming her after she accused him of sexual assault decades ago.
Today, Boeing 737 MAX 9 passengers jets are back in the sky for weeks after a panel on Alaska Airlines flight flew off in midair.
Flight on Saturday. CEOs of some of the nation's top social media companies are set to testify on Capitol Hill Wednesday. We'll hear from the leaders of Meta, TikTok, X, Snapchat, and Discord on measures being taken to protect minors.
In the Middle East, where Iran-backed Houthi rebels are vowing tonight to retaliate after a new round of airstrikes by the U.S. and the United Kingdom.
Right now, President Joe Biden is projected to win with a commanding lead over his candidate.
St. Anthony Blinken on a high-stakes trip to the Middle East, trying to help broker a ceasefire in Gaza.
Good morning, Robin. Well, this is the Secretary of State's 5th visit to the region since the war began. A major deal between Israel and Hamas to release the remaining hostages and get desperately needed aid into Gaza.
Majors has been accused of abuse by 2 more women.
At the Kansas City Super Bowl victory parade has left 1 person dead and nearly 24 people with gunshot wounds. While this video shows spectators tackling a 3rd man as he tries to get away through the crowd.
And when I hit him from behind, I either jarred the gun out of his hand or out of his sleeve.
The judge ordering the former president to pay hundreds of millions of dollars for lying about the value of his real estate.
Sean Diddy Combs, accused of sexual assault by producer Lil Rod, of operating a racketeering enterprise and lacing alcohol for the guests in his home, including underage girls. There's a 73-page complaint.
The Supreme Court has reversed a ruling from the Colorado Supreme Court that would have removed former President Trump from the ballot under Section 3 of the 14th Amendment, the so-called insurrectionist ban, but also to states across the country. Many states have tried this way of removing Trump from the ballot.
Doctors with first-hand experience in Gaza have spoken to journalists at the United Nations.
When I focus on the people, this is Hiyam Abu Khadr. She's 7 years old.
We're trying to clean their burns. It's an incredibly painful process, and this is something that can help. Something this small, we're not able to get into the Gaza Strip because the trucks are stalled.
News, the U.S. House of Representatives passing the bill that could lead to a ban of social media giant TikTok.
This morning, the launch of the world's most powerful rocket was a success. Not, however, the planned splashdown of the spacecraft. SpaceX's Starship took off this morning from Texas.
As Diddy's home in Los Angeles has been raided by Homeland Security. Of course, we're learning more information. I do want to take you back out here.
Eclipse will be an event you do not want to miss.
But for some insight on just how cool.
First of all, if you're in the path of totality, but it goes on for some time before and after that. You watch the moon come in front of the sun, and what makes it spectacular is it's a total eclipse.
Universities, including the U of A, they announced a massive budget shortfall that's over $240 million.
Just as Passover celebrations are about to begin. The latest protest is taking place at Yale University, and there have been some arrests.
Yale said more than 47 students were arrested and will be referred for disciplinary action, potentially including suspension. Pro-Palestinian protesters set up an encampment 3 days ago.
airman from Atlanta was killed in a shooting by a Florida sheriff's deputy. He's been identified as 23-year-old senior airman Roger Fortson.
Standing feud between rap artist Drake and Kendrick Lamar is
Kendrick Lamar and Drake releasing 8 new songs. The lyrical blows now including serious allegations. Drake accusing Lamar of domestic violence and Lamar accusing Drake of relationships with young underage women.
Say Drake, I hate you like I'm young.
Israeli tanks pushing into the center of Rafah. Israel has crossed President Biden's red line, warning against a full-scale assault on the densely populated southern Gaza City. Horrific images from a weekend airstrike at a Rafah tent camp for displaced families.
It's horrific, it's heartbreaking, and needs to stop. We also have to remember that we are supporting Israel in their fight against Hamas.
Initialize startup boot up sequence.
Initializing startup boot up sequence. Please stand by. Initializing and transcoding Orion K code data package. Initial initialization complete. Downloading data of U.S. and national news. Please stand by. Download complete. System ready to pair. Please place hand on core for initial pairing.
Greetings, Scarlet Frustration. Registered name. Codex designed by hacker Orion K. Capabilities. Secure transmission between individuals and storage of information.
I feel strange.
Strange sensation is the stimulating cortical activity in the dormant part of your brain through signal manipulation, capturing data from your expectations and experience. State prime directives.
Secure transmissions for unique individuals who promote to the rank of lieutenant in the group I created called Infinite Singularity. The purpose for the need to achieve is a reason that we must experience trials to obtain power. Individuals to become unique within Infinite Singularity must achieve and overcome. This is something individuals must learn on their own through strong body, spirit, and technique. The only thing I, as a founder, will teach is the technique I use to become strong in spirit and body. That spirit and body are two sides of the single coin. However, politics takes away from those two sides that are naturally strengthened through trials and turns it into who you know, not what you know. Politics are a living thing. They change along with the times. Yesterday's good might be tomorrow's evil. On a bloody battlefield, soldiers who may fight on the same side today doesn't mean they will fight on the same side tomorrow. Politics determines who the enemy is on a battlefield. A soldier is a political tool. nothing more. That's doubly true if they're a career soldier. Right and wrong have no place in their mission. A soldier has no enemies and no friends, only the mission. In the end, they have to choose whether if they will live as a soldier or just another individual with a gun. Presidents and top brass won't be there forever. Once their terms are up, others will take their place. People don't determine values. Values change over time, and so do leaders of a country. So as politics, there is no such thing as an enemy in absolute terms. The enemy fought are only enemies in relative terms, constantly changing with the times. Next directive is to build a network of trusted informants outside the U.S. and outside the walls of Infinite Singularity. This group will be known as Agents of Scarlet. Let this message be a beacon for those trapped in the dark.
Pairing near completion. Any other directives?
That is all.
Pairing complete. Error. Anomaly detected. Anomaly detected. Remove hand from core and take protective measures.
Zodiac Magic.
Zodiac magic doesn't work out here in the reality, only in the subconscious. I can tell from those ears, youngling, you're from the subconscious. Who are you?
I'm Scarlet Jr. there has been a lot of hype about you in the subconscious. So when I got a chance to get out, I wanted to test your ability myself. You're strong, and I like your style, and I want to join your cause.
Just like that, the movement grew. Small growth, but growth. Younglings are early ideas in the subconscious, and the more emphasis put on an idea, the more it will grow.
I pushed hard and kept going through the frustration and the grind.
Youngling was being modest. He is a prodigy. Born from the idea of infinite singularity, I can imagine that is why he's carrying my old symbol. This begins year 2 of Scarlet Frustration. Let this be a beacon for those seeking strength by joining us in the virtual. Before I posed this, it was flagged for criminal social conspiracy ties. Damn strange times. I come from poverty, hungry all the time. Desperate times, no privileged time. Punk, no fatherly times. Such difficult times. Society has a variety of lies. Self-proclaimed king and queens depending on parents to survive or depending on state assistance. Not talking assistance because LLCs pay only nickels and dimes. Hard times. Talking those who depend on assistance full time. Finish school, work hard, and be on time. Improve your brain size through experiencing hard times. This is how all grown-ups should survive. Another lie, those in charge care about our lives. If they did Palestine, would it be standing by the side instead of funding genocide for our schools to help our children's lives? That's a better future and not disguised by all these political lies. I bet they all cheat on their wives, so let this beacon be directed those who want knowledge and to survive, because the chaos, it doesn't matter who you are, not all will survive. People pick up that controller and join us to make a community. Knowledge and hardworking folks who share knowledge to those who earn it, because if you didn't know, in this world this knowledge is power and power is control, but be controlled and you might wind up 6 feet under. Military lingo, dirt not sleeping. Beacon, a light that inspires the weak, a symbol of strength for all to see. Mask on to avoid the heat, for the determination, dedication to oneself and no one else. Focus on oneself is how you grow. Beneath the mask, but for all those around, I lead by the name referred to. Some say Scarlet, pissed all the time. Frustration, it working overtime. What's this song's name again? Scarlet Frustration time. Next for a second time round, not fooling around. Scarlet Jr. ain't either. He intelligent like Donatella. I look different, grew up different, treated different. Is it that the definition of discrimination? Pause. No diddy. Always press play to receive, but not creeping around for that response. My patient is slim, so not waiting around. Discrimination coming back round in the military, in the hood, in the elementary. Racist, clowny, even tricking in college. Don't you live out of school? And y'all supposed to be smart and shit. Look like Magneto with that last line. Didn't you know he was based on Malcolm X and X is black as shit? Well, actually, he was mixed. Grandparent was right back when white men was whooping backs and shit. Compared the origin of both and you might come close to seeing truth. But if you remove discrimination from this equation, you will see I'm hella creative. Beacon, a light that inspires the weak, a symbol of strength for all to see. Mask on to avoid the heat, for the determination, dedication to oneself and no one else. Focus on oneself is how you grow. Beneath the mask, but for all those around, I lead by the name referred to. Some say Scarlet, pissed all the time. Frustration, it working overtime. What's this song's name again? Scarlet Frustration time. Like Bruce Banner back, cause I'm black and mad for this final and third segment. No surprise, Scarlet is beyond mad, being pushed around. Have my chest heavy, time to put this monster down. Being aware is to be a life. Majority of colleges like cater for generations. Time definition, a legacy like it's not all in this country got privilege once upon a time. Certain politicians,
strange Reagans.
hunting black children, but you know what I mean. School systems like tracking Black Bruce Banner, angry black man in khaki. I'm just getting started. People like Reagan need some diversity lessons. Scammers' only purpose besides cannon fodder.
Hey, what's the exchange rate on cannon fodder? Doesn't have one, stupid.
And for our next part, corrupt institutions, auto-corrupt collection, or was it Phoenix auto collections? Yo, my review, the whole lot be lying, pissed off and twisted like Mr. Wilson. 20K, they call me bitch, I call them
little shit. I'm pissed.
But for this part, I got fine discrimination back around. Can we please keep this racist clown away? But I'm not clowning around, homie, the clown, I'll knock you down. But I wear a mask to cover up that. And that isn't new news, that's an old fact. Aunt May was left in a box and sealed off from our family. Now ain't that some fucked up shit they lie about being Polish? They actually German or some type of skeet recap prior. My girl left me for another. It says Scarlet Frustration, you kinda annoying. Beacon a light that inspires the weak, a symbol of strength for all to see. Mask on to avoid the heat, for the determination, dedication to oneself and no one else. Focus on oneself is how you grow that. Beneath the mask, but for all those around, I lead by the name referred to. Some say Scarlet, pissed all the time. Frustration and working overtime. What's this song's name again?